go to where my room was. I'll just walk away.
Dalen just gets up and beelines for the stairs.
I go, what's his issue?
My guess is the commotion that Lucian caused in the market.
Oh, do we think that's going to be a problem, do we?
Well, from his reaction, what do you think? And I'm now going to follow away.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Bast.
Oh, I'll follow them.
Hey. You all make your way upstairs. Follow it, but rather distressed looking Balin. Fumbles with his key from before finally getting it lock, and then turning it quite hastily. One second. And he opens the door and enters the room, and you all follow suit. And we'll come back to you in a second. Lucian, after doing some jumping around rooftops and finding your way through back alleys, you make your way back to the small hovelled alley or forge. And again, you can still see the forge fire light emanating from the doorway. You enter, and sitting down, sleeping, snoozing, you can see him nodding, is Deshard Shtari, with a empty tankard, half in his grip and half on the floor.
I place the armor sort of like upright on the wall opposite him, and go to refill tankards, sit next to him, and sort of like just a elbow nudge.
Return, my friend. Yes, be careful, otherwise people might think you are making a habit of visiting this old one. And he looks across the forge and does a double take as you see his eyes widen, almost like they're just rejuvenated. The sight of a suit of armor, and he drops his tankard, stands up, and runs his hand, closes his eyes, and you see a grin, a warm grin, break out. Make a perception check.
17.
17. As you see his hand touch the armor and run across it, just for a briefest of moments, as his hand leaves part of the area, you swear that the armor had this faint ember glow to it, and then faded and left it. Sees having trouble catching his breath and trembling with adrenaline and passion and excitement, happiness. And he looks at you and grasps your shoulder and smiles. He goes, "How did you find it? The dwarves, they spent weeks, months trying to find this out, and you found it like that."
Yeah. All I had to do was look in the back room of their shop.
See the smile drain from it. You almost feel a heat coming as you see a very familiar emotion of anger wash over his face. Thinking worse. Kept this from me? He conned me? Hey, now feeling something I had always said I would never feel. And I like to see nothing but justice and retribution brought on me. Swindlers!
Well, I left them alive because I figured, you would want to be the one to decide their fate.
His eyes narrow, and then he looks you up and down, almost like he's getting the judge of you, and spots the blood, fresh blood still on your hand. I think maybe justice has already dealt her.
It is your call.
Puts his hand back on the armor. Come, help me. And he instructs you, because putting plate armor on is something you've never done before, and B, helping a turtle put plate armor on is something you've never experienced before. But as you're helping him slide chainmail on, putting the tunic to tabard over, and helping fasten plates to the shell of his garmenting, you can swear you feel the plating growing warm as it's locking into place. And when he slides on his final gauntlet, his right gauntlet, you know that your eyes weren't playing tricks on you, as the entire armor just starts to glow this deep orange-red ember. And you can feel a gentle heat coming from it, as you can almost see him stand almost an extra foot taller. Takes a deep breath in. Now I can return serving the Lord God. Raises his left hand, closes his eyes, and you see the gauntlet start to glow brighter. It's almost like a white heat. As he then pushes his hand into the forge, elbow deep, forge fires rumbling around his arm. He doesn't feel the pain, and then pulls his arm out. You see the molten slag of coals, ashes, falling away as he brings out this bright orange tower shield and slams it to the ground. And as the metal cools, you see this beautiful bronze and platinum emblazoned shield with blue, green and red jewels throughout. Very large smithing hammer symbol blazoned on the front of it with a golden anvil beneath. One of the symbols of Forge God Moradin. Now, I am complete. You have done me a great service, my friend. Allow me to do one for you. He looks you up and down. What armor are you wearing at the moment?
I don't wear armor. My unarmored defense.
He walks around you and grabs your axe. Mrs. DM, I don't know if it's too loud there. He snatches the axe from your back and puts it on the forge, and holds his right hand up, clenches a fist, starts muttering under his breath. Hand glows white hot, and then brings it down with a heavy, resounding smash But what you expect to be a nice, dull thudding of metal on metal is the most beautiful ringing of steel you've ever heard. It lingers in your mind. That he pulls his hand away. You see runes still burning orange hot in the axe as they start to cool. And you now have an extra +1 to use with that axe for attacks.
Thank you.
Your axe is now blessed by the forge god. May you swing it the might of which he would swing of more. Now I must leave and be about my business, as you must be about yours.
Enjoy your freedom, my friend.
He clasps hands with you and says, "You enjoy yours. Don't know how long we have it." Smiles, and he walks out the door, disappearing into the... Doing now.
I'm probably in deep shit with the others.
Oh, now you have that realization.
Oh, really? Fuck me. I'm so glad he's here to tell us these things.
Yeah, back to the inn.
Okay. So,
I'll take the streets, not the rooftops.
probably a good idea. Everyone else, back in Dalen's room, you all walk in. Nemea being the last one, closes the door behind. Turns around and goes, "What's up? What's the problem?"
How bad is this looking, Dalen, for us?
Galen is probably the most shaken up you've ever seen him. As he goes, he's pacing and he's holding this small piece of paper and he's like crumpling it and straightening it in his thumb and everything. It's just, they know I'm here.
Who knows you're here?
The Lords.
You mean the
Okay, so
Brethren
you
Court?
did some bad stuff, and they.
A traitor among these people is not usually left alive.
I think you need to tell us the full story from the start.
That is somewhat doable. I grew up here. I had eventually, for my own circumstances, left home. Wasn't the prettiest place, and eventually snuck my way onto a ship. It spoke to me as it was called the Silver Dragon, and I snuck aboard. The captain eventually found me. I gave him reason to keep me on board. I stayed there for quite a while. I mean, most of my life on that boat. And
Sorry, did you say the ship spoke to you?
it, metaphorically speaking, yes, it was called the Silver Dragon, and I'm a Silver Dragonborn, so it was the one that stood out the most.
Oh, right,
to
okay,
me.
that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
And one day we were out running deliveries, and all of a sudden this thick fog rolled in. We had seen a vessel start approaching through the fog as the fog just got blacker and blacker, and eventually the ship was upon us. I had somehow accidentally activated my crimson right, which protected me because of its radiance, but when I woke up, I was behind bars with the story of I had killed everyone on board, left no one alive because apparently they thought I wanted to steal the ship. So they tried me for mutiny.
Where's the ship?
And I don't know. I have not seen the ship since that fateful day.
So you woke. So a fog rolled in. You activated your crimson right by accident, and then woke up on
Protecting
another.
me from this inky. No, I woke up behind bars on the island here,
Oh right, okay.
where I was branded a traitor and was sentenced to death.
Meeting the brother in court's probably not a good idea for you.
No, but it seems like I do have a bit of a friend with me, and I show the paper as it says, "You are taking risk being here," which means he's not. It's risk, but there's got to be some reward if there's risk, right?
Means we got to
And
try harder to
this-
hide you.
I thought I was hiding decently well, but
think
it
Lucian threw a
seems
cover.
Lord Brannigan definitely knows I'm here.
Remind me, which one is that on the court?
Merchant, the Merchant King.
Okay. I think it's, if I remember right, we're looking to go see the whip, which is the head.
Yes.
We were looking for Master Whip, who is the Keeper of Histories.
Who's basically the one of the neutral one that most people trust. Or they trust.
Would I know if Lord Brannigan was more of a neutral person, a kinder person, or more of an asshole? I can do that.
History check.
That is a 14.
14. From what you can recall, your time from your time last here, Lord Brannigan is never one to overplay his hand. He can be quite arrogant at times, especially when he knows the deck's stacked in his favour, which he always tries to have all. But he is not without his passionate side. He can see an angle, he'll play it.
Okay. Perhaps, since he's given me this warning, maybe we try to reach out to him personally. See if we can meet with him. It's risky, but there's got to be a reason why he's given me the opportunity without just turning me in.
Well, I've got a question for you then. When we came back from Amonkhet, we had that meeting with the council, and some of them were on the council. Were any of them responsible for your trial?
I never fully went to trial. I was basically just said I was going to be put to death.
Okay. So it's kind of interesting that they know you, but you haven't actually met them then.
it's possible she might have known my captain at the time. Owed him a
Well-
favor or something.
Well, you said yourself your ship's a trading ship, so if your ship was a trading ship, you'd probably fall under the Merchant King then. In theory.
Possible. I do want to know why he's given me this chance without just turning me in.
For safety's sake, we could just send someone there as a representative for you.
I'd rather know in person.
Then getting well, if you go in person, then there's nothing to stop him just taking you there and carrying out the order.
I know, but he's given me this chance. I'm taking it, and I need to see why.
At least have a few of us with you.
I'd say
Safety precaution.
Would be smart, but at the same time, you never know if it is a trap. It'd be best if just one of us is running through a crowd and not all of us. And I can move quite fast, especially with my magic.
I stick out way too much in a crowd, especially here.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go tomorrow. If you guys want to wait outside nearby, if all hell breaks loose, I'll use my lightning breath out in the open so you can hear it, and get somewhere else. I'm on the fucking run.
Or we could just leave. Take his advice and just leave.
We're not done here. There's stuff that we still want to learn.
I think, in all honesty, we'd probably be better going somewhere else to learn it.
Like you said, taking a risk. Let's take the risk.
Fair enough. Okay, so that ends that topic. What are we going to do about the next one? And I'm talking about the one who just caused a massive fight in the market.
Well,
Good question. What do you think? I was not there. I don't know necessarily what happened.
well,
Wait, let's
I-
see both sides of the story.
well. I was there, and I don't think anyone saw the barbarian do what he needed to do, or what he did.
No, we just saw the outcome of what he did.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but the vast majority of the crowd had run away, so that was fine. Basically, I think these two dwarfs, who were unreliable fellows, they decided they would be somewhat dishonest and enslave a turtle. The barbarian found out about it and decided he would free the turtle, and so that's what he did.
Understandable, but also slightly will piss people off.
Where
Understandable, but fucking stupid.
Yeah,
We know we're not the most welcome people, and we're trying our best not to, stick out.
we're
So
trying to lay
it's
low.
not.
No, guys, if we keep pushing the boundaries here, we're gonna get just taken and arrested anyway.
We will be arrested.
No, we're pushing it as it is. We literally need to rein it in. What we're doing. So shit like what Lucian just pulled cannot happen anymore. And I'm saying this to everybody. So see that slaver? He's all want to go kill because of Lucian as well. Can he touch him either?
I mean, he's a different case.
No, it's going to come back to the same case. It's going to come back round. If the dwarfs were slavers, this guy's a slaver. He's wanting to kill them both. Can he keep pushing the boundaries like this?
I suppose.
Who
There
wants
are
to tell
lines that
Lucian?
can't be crossed. What, that we have lines we can't cross?
Yeah. We can't keep sticking our nose in other people's businesses like that. It's not our job to run around freeing people. Our job's here to stop Maelstrom. That's it.
Yeah. But I feel like if I was in the same boat as Lucian, who was enslaved by that man specifically, I would still hold the grudge.
Holding a grudge.
Monsters aren't the only monsters on the land.
I'm going to say this. Everybody's got a monster hiding inside of them. Some people can hide it better than others. Just because someone
Yes,
is
but
a monster on the outside as well as the inside, whether he's a slave or an actual beast, doesn't change anything.
if they've become that monster, then I've made that promise that I'm going to kill that monster.
I'm not going to take any part. If
That's
the
fine.
I'll let the consequences fall where they are. If you go after them and kill them, it's going to be on you at the end of the day.
Just watching.
But sometimes you just need to let go and let the monster lie.
Do you think till he gets here?
He'll show up when he shows up.
Okay. The conversation continues over the next few hours. Lucian, you eventually, finally, make your way back to the tavern. It's getting towards dusk now. Shops are shutting up for the night. People are entering the taverns, and you can hear drink flowing and music and merriment made, food being prepared, and the tavern is bustling for this time of. It's almost in full swing, but not quite. You don't see your patriots anywhere, though.
I'm gonna go head down.
Sorry, Michael, couldn't hear your words you said. I think you muted.
Hello?
There, I can hear you now.
Okay. Oh, guess they're still out doing whatever errands. I'll head to the bar.
You get to the bar and you get yourself a nice large pint of ale. Mute, you said you're going downstairs.
Yep.
Okay, going to the bar, are you going outside? What are you doing?
I'm just gonna head to the bar.
I'm not going to make you roll perception. Your natural perception is pretty good anyway. He sticks out like a sore thumb. You do see Lucian stood at the bar, leaning, arms folded, drinking from a heavy tankard.
I'm gonna walk over to him.
You notice Mute got up next to you.
Ah, jailer. Where are the others?
Rightfully pissed at you.
Hi.
I wonder.
Barman comes back over and goes, "Hey, what can I be getting for you then?"
Same as this.
Nothing for me. I'm just dragging the city up.
Pours you a tankard. Pushes it in front of you. Holds his hand out to you, Lucian.
Which was it again?
Call it a gold for the two of them.
Hand over the gold.
Walks off to another busier part of the bar.
What?
Just drink that one up. And
I'll take
then
it to
we'll head
go.
up to where the others.
Oh, they all here.
Oh yes.
I
And they're
carry
probably
both
gonna
tankards.
put a few words.
I'm gonna need this, aren't I?
Go.
Very much so.
Right, whose room are we all in?
Dalen's.
I'm taking the tankards and heading up.
That's fine. As you're walking away from the bar,
There you go.
Mute. As you go to turn, you feel a hand on your bicep stop you from turning for a second. You hear a voice behind you say, "Do give Dalen my regard. Tell him we'll be expecting him." And you'll let go.
Lannisters give their regards.
Who are you? The proud Lord?
Just watching him sitting there freak out.
So step into the room. How's it going, guys?
It follows a
I'm
few
just
moments
gonna-
later.
Hello, how's it going, mate? Did you sort of sort out the issue?
I'm gonna go straight over to Dalen and then whisper that someone gives their regards to him.
What was he wearing? Was it kind of like a purple cloak with a large hat?
Too busy. By the time you turned around, all you could see was the crowd.
Don't remember.
Okay. And sorry I had to stand up. I unplugged the monitor that has my character sheet on it.
Wise.
It was an accident.
That's fine.
And I just go, well, they now know we're coming. Or they are expecting us tomorrow. Which
So
is
now you're not going
a
alone.
fun thing. Well,
Gonna
did he say he was expecting me or he was expecting us?
You are not going alone.
I guess they do know you're with me at this point.
Yeah.
They've kind of known for a while, I'm afraid to tell you.
Yeah, fuck.
The others can stay as backup. Since I kind of ended up getting, unfortunately, dragged into it, I'll be tagging along with you so that things hopefully don't get too bad. If necessary, I can burst up a fog.
If
I
you
still
don't want to be
think the
involved,
best-
there's the door. Go.
I s-
Smack my.
So where
I
are we
still
going?
think the best idea is you guys stay outside while I go talk to them, because apparently they want me.
That's
Fine.
right. I can.
Yeah.
I can.
What's
be
going
invisible.
on?
You don't get to ask
I'll
questions, you get to
explain
sit
the
there and shut
situation.
up.
I'd
Sit
still
there,
explain
just
the
holding my
situation to
tankards.
Lucian. Lucian, can I have that extra one?
Oh,
You spend the next out a few hours, just explaining the whole situation to Lucian, catching him up to speed. And the night draws on. The revelry downstairs starts to die down, and night settles in. I assume you all turn in for the night.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn into your respective rooms, and you all have a decent, quiet, undisturbed sleep. Except for dawn comes the next day, and you're all woken to the sound of the harbour bells and the busy, bustling streets outside, which have already started to kick into action. You all gather your things downstairs, and you all meet, have your fill for breakfast. Set for the day. What are you doing?
Let's go see this guy that Dylan's got to go deal with.
Yeah, Dalen's wearing his displacer cloak, his displacer beast cloak, and just
Like he's about to be told off by a teacher.
yeah. Might be a little bit worse than that, but yeah.
I'm just following Dalen.
Okay.
Follow behind.
All right.
I'm following him as well.
Fantastic. You follow up the path, climbing ever higher above the bustling town of Port Dunswater. And the further you go up the path, you start to see more of what you've seen as the port militia or generic landlocked pirates here, but they all seem to be wearing a similar black sleeveless turncoat, about knee length. They all seem to be giving you a bit of a slant eye. Yes.
Did we by any chance pass that jewellery shop on the way up?
Yes, you would have passed it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll take 2 seconds out to nip in and get my necklace back.
Back into Finnegan's Finery, and you do see Mr. Fergus dwelt behind the counter, folding some linens. Ooh, hello. Nice to see you again.
While you're doing this roleplay bit, my brother did call me. He does need his red.
Oh yeah, are you leaving?
No, I'm gonna keep my camera on. I'm gonna go get my brother. He's I think 6-minute drive away, and then I'm gonna immediately come back.
Okay, fine.
So I will be as quick as I can.
Okay, thank you.
Door.
It's nice to see you again.
Good morning. Here to pick up my necklace?
Yes, I had a little difficulty, but I managed to get a friend to have a look at it. One moment, I shall get it from the back. He stands up to his full height and prods his way through the back door. Gone for a few moments. Comes back with this dark mahogany box. Puts it in front of you on the counter. Opens it up, and inside you do see fully mended.
Okay. I think we agreed 50 gold, was it?
That was the agreed price. Yeah.
Okay, I will hand him over the 50 gold then.
Takes it. Gratitude. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope. I am completely good, thank you very much.
Then I shall bid you a good day.
And a good day to you too. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh no.
That one was easy. And everyone else, and you carry on up, and you see these. Yes.
Did we pass the armory?
You would have passed the armory, and you'd see that there is a You would see there is a concentration of these black-coated pirates standing around. Some nonchalantly, some talking to people, passers-by. A couple of them give you the stink eye as you walk past.
Never mind. Let's keep going, guys.
And you plod on, further and further up the ridge pathway, and you can see above you, perched precariously, facing towards the town, the masthead, the figurehead of great Blackwood galleon, grand black galleon, with gold and bronze filigree across it. See down the city below it, a good 50 feet beneath the ship, which is adorned wrought iron chain across the bow, and these chains are about a good 1.5 feet length, and about, say, 8 to 9 inches thick string, and they are used in some sort of suspension for this trophy. See, dangling chains and the ridden mast, some long forgotten mythical beast, horn or claw, that no one knows for certain what it is or where it came from, but it's been put on display. See, you are led to this side doorway. It stands about 8 foot, double door, with 2 of these black-coated pirates either side. Stand forward, step forward, and go, "Hey, can we help you?" And at that point, Dalen would probably say that, expected by Lord Brannigan. They look at each other. "You wait here, yeah?" One opens the door, walks inside. The other one just does not look away from bar, left to your own devices. It's an uncomfortable few minutes.
Start staying in contest with them.
As soon as he sees you're staring, he kind of like looks and just doubles back and just locks eyes with you.
I'm just looking up at the ship, trying to figure out how on earth it got there.
Yeah, it defies as far as give me an intelligence check.
5.
5. This defies the laws of nature. How this got up here? This is unnatural, almost unholy. To see it up here, this is ridiculous. And then not only that, they then got this big ass horn or claw or something up there as well. In its pass.
I thought that weird steampunk city thingy was weird.
Okay, this
Had
entire
some order
plane.
to it.
This entire plane is weird. Let's just leave it at that.
The doors open. Guard comes back out, whispers into the other guard's ear, turns around to you and goes, "You believe in your weapons with us? They be expecting you."
No, I don't go anywhere without my weapons.
Yes, you will.
I look at him and go, "Really?
Policy's policy.
Well, that's fine. It won't save you."
And he gestures to
spot-
this wooden barrel on one side with weapon spelt WEPUNS.
Bucket shakes his head. He's not got any weapon. He drops his staff in and his dagger in and goes, "Okay, if you think that makes you safe, it's all yours, mate." And he winks and walks in because as if that's going to make a difference to him.
They look at the rest of you. You're
I'm
not
gonna
going
put
any
my
further.
stuff in and-
Carry on.
Go ahead, mute.
I'm gonna be putting my stuff in and going. Eh,
Yeah,
it'll be
yourself.
hard to get back at some point.
Oh, I'm sure they will get back to you at some point. As he smiles.
I take the axe off my back, just
Oh, that's a...
in. Yes, it is. And if you try anything, I will know.
If you try anything, we'll know.
My cat
smiles
goes
at
back,
you.
Yeah, you're fucking right, Will. You will burn this place to the ground. My character walks on. Bastard.
Knowing him, he's actually telling the truth on if anything does happen, he'll know. I don't doubt that.
Noted. Next.
I'm gonna growl in his face. I'll put my weapons in and goes, if these aren't here when I get back, I'm going to rip you in shreds.
Alright there, little one. It's fine. They'll be in safe hands with... Don't you worry, you're a pretty little note.
I'm gonna snap my thing right in front of his nose.
Give me an intimidation check.
Do it. Sick him.
19.
19. He flinches at the bite. And his mate kind of like chuckles to it. Be about yourself. Dalen then starts to disarm himself, and he keeps dancing cataclysm in the scabbard and just takes the entire scabbard off his belt and puts it in. And at that point, we're going to take a little break while we await for our colleague to come back, because he's kind of needed for this next bit. So we shall be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We shall see you shortly after the break. Okay, so finally, we have returned, and
Literally me and mute.
back in the room now, guys.
Okay.
So, have you you've caught Masso up?
Yeah, we caught my swap.
Okay, fantastic. So, thank you for staying with us, everyone. And we will continue. So, you found yourselves walking through big, dark, blackwood doors to what would be, from a nautical sense, the main cargo hold of the ship, which has been retrofitted and rearranged. Had some carpentry look like entrance, which you can see is lined with statues and artwork, all beautifully displayed. Some of this looks almost priceless value. Met by another black coat, gestures you to follow, led through the body of the ship up into what would be the captain's quarter, which has been completely revamped into a makeshift throne room of some description. As you walk in, you can hear raised voices bickering back and forth. As you walk in, what hits you first is around the room, piles of gold coin, platinum bars, jewels, valuables beyond compare, just cast asunder. Here in front, see Pirate Lord. Here is in this room is where they normally would debate endlessly who has the best claim to the throne, who has the most treasure, who's slain the fiercest sea creature. Often, who is fit to be. Dalen, looking around the room, shouting different boasts of achievement. You see Lord Cadman, the pirate gentleman, who is a 8-foot tall, bloated ogre. A very finely tailored waistcoat, which is about 4 sizes too small. You see, jumping up and down on his seat, you see Lord Gerhardt, terrible tinkerer, a very flashy gnome, wearing not only a hat which is about 2 sizes too big for him, but also carries what you can see, a bandolier of 6 pistols across his breast. Also see Lady Firebrand, Gunpowder Terror of the North Shoals, sitting very coyly on her chair, watching you as you come in, or turning her attention back to the room. Just dead across from your entrance, you meet the gaze of Lord Brannigan, Merchant King of the Coast, who gives a warm but knowing smile in your direction, before turning again to shout back across the room. Laughing in the corner, see Lord Ebenstone, the humble traveller of the wider ranges. Again, not taking much interest in what's going on, more interested in the new arrivals to the room as he carelessly sloshes his goblet of wine. And can you all make history checks?
3.
13.
Oh,
6.
11.
Natural 2022.
You're all amazed by the sheer, almost barbarity of the display going on before you. So it is very childlike. And this is like, well, I slew a hydra the other day. Oh yeah, well, I slew a kraken. Yeah, oh really? But you, Dalen, obviously you're going into this room a bit tentative, like tense, and obviously after meeting the gaze of Lord Brannigan, it does sense a twinge of flexing stress through your spine. But then, as you glance around the room, you do a double take as you spot Lord Ebenstone. As you call him, you met him before Crawhaven. And he looks back at you, almost acknowledging your knowing look, and give you a smirk and a tip and raises his glass before sloshing wine down his neck, dribbling down his neatly trimmed goatee. He stands to his feet and goes, "My lords, ladies, I'm so sorry. It appears we have guests. May I present and at which point Lord Brannigan stands up. Says, "Sit down, Ebenstone, or you get put down. I've had enough already. It's not even daybreak yet." And he slumps down in his seat, crosses his legs over the arm, starts drinking away again. He goes, "My fellow lords and ladies, I present to you, on our merry shores, the champions of Iberath have found their way here, to Port Dunswater." Bit of like a hush on the mouth. Some of the lords and ladies give you a queer eye look, stepping back on their seats. Now, I just happened to walk into one of my favourite drinking establishments. I spotted the unmistakable sight. These wonderful, hard-working champions that our beautiful nation of Iberath had. and I bid them come treat with us, and to see if there's anything that they can do to help settle this ongoing grudge that we all seem to have. And the ogre stands up from its throne. Says, Lut Kadal, Hin Kadal, Huntan. Does anyone speak ogre?
Nope.
Nope.
Orc, but not ogre.
And then out from the side of his chair, this squirrely little goblin walks and goes,
The great Cadman, he says he bids you welcome, and asks what you bring in tribute for the lords of the Brethren Court.
I look.
Everyone's looking at you guys at this point.
I will take out a satchel of 100 gold and gesture it to. I'll go with the lord that has now welcomed us with his little friend, so Lord Cadman.
The squirrely goblin looks up at Cadman, and Cadman he trundles over and he takes the pouch from you and brings it back. Cadman picks it up, opens it, puts a meaty digit into it, starts fingering around the gold, suits it up and just slings it over his shoulder into the pile behind him. Ching, ching. Kalmatain, hin, hein, kalsinanmal.
Lord Cadman says the tribute is welcomed.
Lord Brannigan breathes a heavy sigh and goes, right, now that that's out the way, welcome, champions of Iberath, and we hope your journey to our most auspicious shores was a gentle one.
It was interesting.
You hear Ebonstone pipe up, more interesting than most, but not as much as... And you hear Brannigan go, shut up! Shh. Carries on drinking. Oh, we do hope that you left some sea beasts out there for us to claim as victories.
Maybe a wreckage or two.
Here, one of the black coats from around the room. As you are looking, you do see there are several other figures around the room, as well as the 6 seats that you can see, 5 of which are taken. There's also the great throne, which is behind the middle 2 seats. One of the black coats. There's. Well, hopefully you haven't sunk any of our ships, eh? There's been a lot of that going on.
Not taking out any of your ships.
All
Unless you had a mimic
ships.
ship.
All ships on the Shattered Isles are our ships.
I don't think the one we took out was yours. Unless it was actually a mimic.
You hear a bit of a murmuring, a bit of a chuckle. A mimic ship. Are you touched in the head?
No, we are not. We're also not blind. It was a ship. A mimic that had taken the form of a ship.
I've heard some tall tales, but a mimic ship, that just takes the cake. But you brought it. Are these charlatans really the champions of Iberath, or you just brought a bunch of liars?
Would you care to test that strength?
He narrows his eyes at you, and he goes for a pistol on his belt.
How far away is he from me?
From you, he's probably around about 25 feet away, but before you can act, you go to act. But you feel this rush of air, as you see this long, almost tree branch like tentacle just wrap this guy up as he starts shrieking, slam him into the floor, and then throw him out the door behind you. And all you hear is, "The house rules we do not attack the guests after tribute." As you look up, and you see slithering down from the rafter above you a long brown and tan patterned snake tail leading up into the torso of a humanoid with a long tied back grey ponytail with still very reptilian or snake-like features. But Dalen, you know this to be Master Whip, as he carries in one hand a stave of some description, and in the other he carries very weighty, heavy tome. As he slithers over to one of the other empty chairs and coils round before resting his top half back in it. I apologize for the rule breakers, but know that a suitable punishment will be carried out. So, I understand there was a bit of there was the kerfuffle the street yesterday. Our blackguards are having trouble with finding out the culprit who attacked and vandalized, assaulted the owners of the Arms of Steel Forge Market Town. Now, I have spoken to a key witness who says that he points the stave at Lucian, is responsible, but he acted in defense of this witness's life. So, with the evidence as it is, I am willing to negate any further encouragement or punishment. And as this is my word, it is so the law's justice. Agreed? The lords all nod in agreement and murmur.
Thank you, the shirt.
Now, how can we help you? What has brought you to our stunning shores? Not unless you're here to make another claim, as these blasted idiots keep trying to do. At which point the bickering starts picking up again.
I've listened to what they're bickering about, just out of complete curiosity.
It's more a list of accomplishments or boasts to see who is the better lord or better lady. The Brethren Court, because it's always they're constantly vying for leadership, with whoever is in a better position for leadership has the better claim to the throne.
Dalen, now's your chance to get the info.
You see Master Wit sitting there like he's at wit's end, like.
We're here for multiple questions. We were looking for Whip, and I was looking for my own information about this other shit.
Then ask for a private meeting.
Your ladies and lordships.
They're not paying
wondering
attention. It's turned into an all-out row right now. The din is quite loud.
Ooh.
I would like to cast Enhance Ability. To give myself
No gong about here on this.
Eagle Splendor, so all advantage on charisma checks, and I will.
I'm just gonna yell at him
Excuse
so I
me,
killed a
and
god.
talk very. Fucking interrupt.
And Bast becomes the pirate king.
If I become-
Okay. Roll your charisma check with advantage.
Oh, I don't get any bonuses to this. Fuck, 16.
Dalen?
Mine. If I'm doing, am I doing a performance or? 'Cause
This,
I was trying to
this
speak
would,
up. And,
yeah, this would be performance, yeah.
Okay, so that is an 18.
As convincing as you are, Bast, and attention drawing, Dalen kind of steals the show, and the lords, at the sound of the resonating, booming voice, do stop, and they all just turn at you. What?
We have come requesting information about quite a few many things as a group and as me personally. We're currently looking for the members of the Maelstrom. We were given information. I think one of us still has the map. It's probably me because I'm the one good with maps. And I will present the maps and I will hand it to Master Whip of this order that is attempting to wreak chaos on Ibarath.
Yes,
Yeah.
Please continue.
We had just recently taken one down here in the Empty Isles. He referred to himself as the Grand Bard. God, what was his fucking name?
Aurelius?
It's been so long. Aurelius! On Aurelius Folly.
You speak of
Yeah.
Aureus the Mad.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
a simple legend, a folklore.
No.
That would be what people would think, but upon further investigation, he had found a way to extend his life at the cost of the people that lived on the island.
That is
But
troubling. If it is true. He's going to insight check you. Are you holding anything back? And that's...
no.
He looks at you. Looks around the room. Slithers off the chair. Perhaps we should move to a quieter chamber to discuss at length. My lords, ladies, I leave you to your business. He slithers out the door.
If we're all leaving, I would like to take a look at Lord Brannigan and just kind of bow my head a little bit
Okay.
and then leave.
He notices it and does it smirks and does a little nod. And he then gives you a steely eye lock. Turns away. You all follow Master Whip across almost the full length of this grand galleon to another room, which you see is lined with bookcases stuffed with scrolls, logs, and textbooks, and charts across walls. And there's a grand table with maps and books spread out across, and you see there's wine goblets and tankards, half-burnt candles, wax dripping down table legs. You all come in to the room, and then his tail slaps the door closed, locks it. As he moves around to the other side of the table, puts the maps down, and then leans against the table, breathes a heavy sigh, and looks up at you all. Says, deep breath. Says, sure. Cannot. It's time. One of them. Scheme. Shift the button. They have a king. Should be. Tell me if the David, we can't hear you.
Right, brother was moving, so I muted for a second. I was not the one that found the map, but we had apparently found it on Aurelius Folly in his own personal study. And on the map, were there given marks kind of symbolizing which person of the Maelstrom was in which area?
They all have a mark over certain areas.
Yes, but are the marks like differentiating like who would be who?
We don't understand. We didn't understand the marking, so we couldn't tell. I don't know if they were all different or if they were all the same. I can't remember.
You never asked. Checked.
And now I'm asking.
I will let you make an investigation check.
Absolute shit. 7.
As you're explaining about the maps, Master Whip unfurls said map with the different locations marked in it. Map with no names, no landmark, just these symbols. And he's going to make an investigation check. Wow, okay. Rolled with advantage and got 17 on both rolls. He looks at them. He starts muttering under his breath. You can see the tail move, reaches up to a bookcase and pulls out scroll and brings it over your heads. And without looking up, just grabs it down, tail, and pulls it out. And instantly, as soon as he unrolls this smaller scroll, you see at the very top of it the symbol of the Order of the Maelstrom. But it is almost like it's warped. It's not the same as the sigil you saw on Lucien, and you've seen used previously with members of.
Is it the same as Nemea's talisman?
Make a history check.
I was actually about to ask the exact same question. Jeez.
You can make one as well then.
Yay! No!
17.
12.
17. And the mayor is there, so you can get her to pull out for recognition. And with the 17, You know it looks remarkably similar, but as soon as she pulls it out, you both have the same. Yes, that is the exact same symbol.
Was this order something else at one point?
Else, this order by priests, personal guard to the Stone King himself. They were a group of fanatics, despots, feverishly served the heel Stone King himself, licking his boots to stay alive, but liking them. Back for the war unification, Stormwing's dark shadow, many races, slaughter, slave. There were those who welcomed his. It was because of those few who stood to gain the most. Many, all but hope. That is when your forebears came to. But they do not teach. Not just find out what heroes of the charge again. 8 heroes. Evil dies. Die with his body was sundered from his soul. His soul was sent screaming this. Though many borrowed stood in cancer. That facing long 8th century. You're facing ascended fanaticism, worshipping Stone King. Points to the scroll. This twisted forged by them for us, the Storm King blessing. He's keeps looking around. Yo, Storm King. Looks over at you, Ogre.
That's a surprise.
Oh. Carry the scars. Heard the tales. Told to those you spoke of. Urged me to research. This was not. They do not seek to bring back the Storm King as he once was. They seeking to elevate his body. Broken. It can never be. And Hierarch, the earth itself, has seemed taken, scattered them itself. And This document is the first Maelstrom arrived. Desperate. How many of them faced?
Just the one
No, we faced more than one.
of the maelstrom?
Yep. We faced one on Amon Cape, and my worry is that if they're not, I'm going to say smart, but that's not even a word I want to use at this point. But they could release something even worse than the Storm King on this plane. They nearly did on Amon Cape.
The fact that they were willing to travel to other planes, power of ally. You say you have faced two. Worthy song. Tale is told of song of you. And now, these symbols, they are different. It's not symbolism. Oh, it is not language, it is something in between. I some time trying to decipher this, but I may give me time.
Yep.
I think for the time being, act with snow. Stand.
Kind of want to set a cat amongst the pigeons.
A strategy, but considering the power struggle facing right now, our brethren in court, Alderkerk, ready to go. Rise against it.
Okay.
If at all possible, if you decipher anything about who in the which one of the lords might be in the maelstrom, if you would let us know.
Of course, you people to talk to. My only people. I myself do not.
And I now have a question for myself. Have you, by any chance, kept records of older ships from the last few years that no longer have its captain?
We have the words of old. Yes, of course.
Would you be able to check what happened to the Silver Dragon after its crew was wiped out?
How long ago was
This has been it's been about 4 years, right?
4 years from now?
Yeah.
You see the tail move over and start gilding the shelves, and reaches down and pulls out a thick book. It's string bound. Puts it down in front of Pulls it open and starts flitting through it. The silver dragon. Down with all hands. Why do you want to know about such information? Have someone on the ship?
I did. The captain. Let's just say he was my adoptive father.
Heart breaks for you. I hope this knowledge can some sentiment of peace.
So the ship is gone.
True. Not completely. It seems there is a further note. Second, he starts flipping through further. Oh. Apparently the wreckage was salvaged, retrofitted, closed again under a new name, Dragon's Dawn.
Do you know by any chance who owns that ship?
There is a time of record. There was no captain assigned, but I can tell you he was carried out by the Fraudrin estate.
Spell that, please.
It's Fraudin.
Thank you. I'll be trying to locate them and asking them about this ship myself.
Wouldn't have to very far. One of them is in the Lord's Hall.
Which lord?
Ebonstone. Fraudrin Ebonstone.
The one that's completely drunk out of his face.
Probably not something that is a rarity.
Say we get to know him.
If he's not drinking, he's snoring. If he's not snoring, he's whoring. They say about him.
Maybe we should get Lucian to challenge him to a drinking contest.
If you be careful, I have seen him out to drink Lord Cadman. While you're talking, you can hear the slow build of disturbance happening outside the door. Voices raising, hear people rushing past the door.
Is that normal?
No, it is not. Master Whip slithers round the table, unlocks the door, and opens it. See a bunch of blackguards carrying, or so I should say, dragging a man by the arms, shouting and screaming at the top of his. A beast! A terrible beast!
I think we need our weapons.
Definitely.
Okay.
You are safe within these walls. It's fine. Let us see what they are taking him to the Lord's Hall. Let us see what he has to say. He slithers off.
Fine, it's fine.
Yeah, you can call yours. You're fine. The rest of us aren't.
No, actually, that's not true.
Oh, shut up, you. You get fireball.
Are you following?
Yes.
Yeah.
You rush to the Lord's Hall and you can see all the lords stood up out of their chairs. This man on his knees being restrained by two blackguards. Lord Brannigan steps forward and is then stopped by Lady Firebrand. She walks up to the guy screaming and just backhands him straight across the face. Now, you are calm. Try again. And this guy is now whimpering. There's a monster. It's a terrible monster. We tried cannons. It didn't even flinch. It's wrecked the ship. Dragged what was left to the bottom. I'd heard sightings. Out by Shallow Shoal, I thought we were safe. I thought we were far enough away, but the fog came in. Swallowed the ship. And the eyes. Oh God, the eyes! Whoosh! Slaps him again. What talk is this of a beast? Lady Firebrand turns around. Says, that's the 5th ship this week. Same story. Ship sunk. Most hands gone. Those who survived jittering and shouting about a beast. This needs to be investigated. Brannigan steps forward. I will personally lend my ship to the investigation. It's bad enough for our trade routes to be affected. Who's got a game going on in the background? Because it's really distracting. Thank you. I will lend my ship because the trade routes need to be protected. Shallow Shoal is not far from one of the main routes we have to get to the Infernal Land. Now, I suggest humbly that the champions of Ibrath use them. Send them to investigate. Lady Firebrand strides straight up to Lord Brannigan, toe to toe, nose to nose, or says, "You'd like that, wouldn't you? So you could steal glory." I'm not sure what you're talking about. This is for the good of Dunswater. Just because my ship happens to be the one being used doesn't mean it's anything bad about it. Lord Gerhardt jumps up, says, "Now, this is in pure violation of the treaty. We all said, and it's written down in the code, that we act equally, and you offering your ship is not equal. This, I invoke a ban and embargo on Lord Brannigan and any offering of aid. All those in favour, aye, 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 aye." You can see a look of frustration on Lord Brannigan's face. "You need to watch yourself, you midget little..." Just cuts him off and says, "Oh, what? What are you going to do, Brannigan? You insult me one more time. Oh, what are you going to do, you poncy, purple-wearing puff?" There's a bit of a silence. Brannigan takes a breath and then backhands Gerhardt. And then all hell breaks loose. You've got blackguards flying at blackguards. Everyone's diving across the room. Lords beating the crap out of each other. And Master Whip just...
You called me the barbarian?
And he reaches into the tussle and pulls a pistol from a blackguard and then shoots it into the ceiling. The ruckus kind of stops and comes to. As it comes to, you can see Lord Brannigan's got a knife to Lord Gerhardt's throat. As Lord Gerhardt's got a pistol to the guts of Lord Brannigan. He goes, "This is enough. If the champions agree, they can take my ship. I have no interest in the squabbles of such petty children." And he turns to you guys. "Will you help us? Will you investigate this folly? Find out anything shallow shoal.
I
I'm gonna
think
whisper
we
to
should.
Galen. Doesn't that sound similar to what we came across as well on our way here? The eyes.
We didn't see a lot of eyes on that mimic ship, though. It was a lot more
The other thing
tentacly
in
and teeth.
the other thing in the fog.
Oh, the big floaty mother siren. Yeah. Is the man that was wailing and whimpering still in the room?
Yeah, he's literally about 5-10 feet from you.
Sailor, was this beast trying to lure your ship closer?
Fog. Just the fog came out of nowhere. And then the eyes. It had the awful eyes.
I think this is something different than what we saw.
Is anyone still got goblets full of wine?
If you look around the room, he hasn't left his throne. You can see Lord Urbanstone is still sat there.
Standing with him.
I'm kind of gonna go up to Lord Ebenhart and can I borrow that for a second?
How about no? What do you want it for?
I need to borrow it.
He starts to
You'll get it right.
He starts to pour it out very slowly. He says, "You better tell me."
Not going to affect me either way.
About
You're
half
just going to
full.
waste. Keep going. You're going to waste it.
There's no such thing as wasting wine. It all gets used up one way or the other. I've just made the wood more expensive. Oh, excuse you.
And cost yourself a drink. Okay, whatever. Your loss.
He starts laughing to himself as you walk off.
God, what I wouldn't give for a weapon at this point.
Why do you think I took him off you? So, Master Whip asks you again, will you take up this boon for us? You would be indebted by the Brethren. That,
Yes.
my word, you have that promise as he looks to the others.
I think we will.
Nothing.
I think we just go. I think we got to do it.
Alright. You are at high tide, it is the best time. You can take my ship, the Kestrel. Ask the harbour master, he will point you.
Well, I suggest we get going then.
I wish you good luck and wary
Fun.
shallow shore. Find it near the island of Whistletown. Follow your maps, you will find it there. Careful. Says the most deep sincerity is say considering the room you're in. Gestures and the doors behind you.
Well,
I'm gonna leave.
Guys.
You're escorted out of the ship. Well, giving back your equipment. When you pick up the dancing cataclysm in its scourword, as soon as you grab it, it goes, "Oh, thank goodness."
What, you thought I was dead or something?
Gone for a while.
People gonna have questions.
The only question is when's justice being dealt out?
Yes, there are questions of, dear God, why is this happening to me? Oh, right, I'm the dipshit.
Well, that one too. I don't want to say anything.
Alright. Well, I'll have you know we're about to go fight something apparently quite large. Large enough that even cannons can't affect it that much, so you get to
Sounds.
test your mettle.
Aha! I like the sound of that. You walk down through the town, make your way to the dock. As you're walking to the harbour master, see he was there again, surrounded by sailors and merchants of varying levels of wealth, depending on their clothes. But you managed to make your way through the crowd to him, and the same gnome is sat there. Hey, what do you want?
The Kestrel? Which way?
Hey, third berth down on the right.
Keep going.
As you all pottle on, you do see before you this lovely brigantine, a slender, fast-built ship. Dalen, you'll recognise from your time at sea. This is a fast interceptor ship, built for speed, not entirely for combat, but good at defending itself. It's more built to pick off than just go toe to toe with a man of war, for example. As you're walking towards it, you do see some crew at the dock, just milling around in front of it. You do see, as you're looking, the perception's not that great, so your passers will find him. A more well-dressed lady sat on one of the anchoring stumps of the dock, smoking a corn pipe, laughing and joking with. They see you walk up, and she looks up at you. Hi, can I help you?
We have been given orders to board this to investigate the disappearances of apparently 5 ships by Master Whip.
Is that so? Give me a second. You see her eyes just glaze over like a greyish white. She comes to and goes, right, okay. We're at your disposal, champions of Ibarath. Our crew, we're setting off. What's our destination?
Shallow shore.
You hear some of the crew. Shallow shore, shallow shore. Shh. Shh. Aye. Something about the superstitious men on board, but nothing to worry about. We'll get you where you need to go. And you all start to head on board. You can all hear through the crowd, my friend! My friend!
I
turn around. And you see this heavily armoured turtle walking down the pier with his arm up in the air waving.
Good.
My friend! And you walk over to him, Lucian, and he grasps your arm and gives you a pat on the shoulder. He says, you're leaving these shores?
Temporarily. We got a monster to slay.
Huh. Then I wish you good luck with your hunting. But I wanted to catch you before you had a chance to disappear. I noticed something, but we were talking. Came clear. I received my armor again. You have a shadow hanging over, and is eating away at you. I would like to give you something.
Okay.
Come with me. And he leads you away from the pier. He goes to lead you away from the pier. Want to anything?
I'll follow.
Okay. You can all see Lucian walking off with this guy.
Lucian. Oh.
He'll be back. Don't worry. Just give him a moment.
You see him just walk around a corner towards a warehouse, and he leads you into the warehouse. The warehouse is deserted. Turns around to you. You, Shadow, cast a very, very strong smell of fear. Is gnawing Shadow Harry. He clenches his right fist, it starts to glow. And he releases it, and you're almost blinded by this beam of radiant energy that strikes through the roof of the warehouse as this, with a clang hitting the floor, you see this immensely large smithing hammer, still glowing orange hot. And he picks it up with one hand, and this thing is easily about 5 foot long. The head itself, inside that 5 foot, is about 2 foot from tip to base of the head. Nice big meaty face on it, emblazoned with intricate detailing, scaling. Oh, night tonight, my darling. Sleep well. Dreams. He says, you feel a burden. I wish to help you with that burden. And he throws the hammer at you. And it hits you square in the face. And you black out. And you open your eyes, feels like instantly, and you feel come to, and you are surrounded by black shadow. Very posing environment. You stand up. You walk around. There's no one around.
Chad?
Shad? You hear your voice echoed at the same time, but spoken by someone else.
Who's there?
Who's there? You turn, and you see 30 feet from you, 40 feet from you, that same well-dressed, tailored figure who saved you from falling, but panicked, certain. As he looks around and clutches his eyes, and you see the gleaming yellow eyes beneath the brim of his hat, snarling sharp teeth. What have you done, boy? What is this?
This isn't me.
You and your friend. I am doing everything I can to help you. I am not done with you. And you hear in your head, you hear Deshard's voice. This is your opportunity, my friend. Shed your burden. Slay your demons. You see Kezef looking around as Deshard's voice enters your head, panicked even further. No, this one's mine. I will not let him go. And he starts to transform and grow bigger and heavier, and you see before you your own mutated, twisted lichen form, gleaming red eyes towering over you, your human form. I will not be free of you. Your kind has much to offer. As he then starts to shake and tremble as an arm drops off, another arm. The body falls from the legs, the mounds of fur and muscle mutating, transforming, and you see before you, stalking around you, 5 separate direwolves, snarling, hungry for the kill. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Nice.
So, well done, guys and girls, for getting through this opening arc for your adventures in the Shattered Isles. And all things, hopefully, I look forward to us doing this again next Sunday. Hopefully, with Nemea, our resident bard Robin, back in situ, so we can play this out going forward. What's going to happen next? What is going to happen next? What is this thing that's happening? But for now, from me and from everybody else, it's good night from us, and don't forget to roll for initiative. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys.